Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your reading. I'm glad you're here. So let's get right into it. Let's get a few oracle cards and see where we're going with the energies for your reading today. Okay, there we go. The first card is freedom. All right, freedom. So that's definitely a good thing. Okay. Let's see what we get here from the wisdom of the oracle. Spirit, can we have, thank you. Time to go. Time to go. All right, so freedom and time to go. We're going to get one more from this other. So it sounds like they're urging you to move ahead, to find more of a freedom in your life in some way. Okay. Oh, I think this was it right here. And this is, it is okay to just be. All right, so there's a lot, it sounds like there's a lot of like permission here. I'll do it this way so we can see what it says. A lot of permission here to be yourself, to be free, to change things in order to be more satisfied. So let's see what we get with the tarot. I'm getting a sentence here, like people are looking at you. People are looking at you to see what you're doing. Whoop, I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm sorry, I hit the thing with my elbow. All right. So we got Three of Cups right out of the bat. Talk about freedom. This is being free to express yourself and be with people who you can express yourself with, you know, in good fortune and good times. Okay. What else? Okay, let's see what else. I'm getting the word jazz. So if someone is listening to jazz or has something to do with jazz music, all right, so this is kind of like needing to get out of the feeling of being like weary and burdened and, you know, working so hard, but you're at the end. This is a Nine of Wands. So you're at the end of something that you've worked really hard for. And like I was getting the sentence that people are watching you. People are looking to see what you're accomplishing, Aquarius. So let's get some more on that. Temperance. Okay, so there's an energy here of just you being not under the microscope, but you being observed as a person who is very capable, who does balance everything out and is really good at making something work out, you know, like making something come to fruition by taking what's given to them, and you have a knack for making it all come together in a good way, in the right way. Even though that could be exhausting to you at times. Okay, let's see what else. I feel like this card wants to come out right here. Yeah, Nine of Cups. All right, so, you know, you're used to, I mean, you have a really good energy like in the public eye, you know, and I don't mean necessarily that you're famous, although you could be, but there's just this, you always come out on top kind of a thing, you know, and then you present yourself well and you're like happy about it and other people are happy about it. So there's something going on in your life that you are producing in a way. This could be career, it could be anything, but it feels kind of like career or job or maybe even self-employment. It's something to do with, you know, that part of your life that's more, it sounds like it's more serious in a way. But at the beginning, I got a lot of energy about the freedom. All right, so maybe this is just something you need to, you need to complete before you can have more freedom. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so having everything in place, being satisfied, being like on top of your game. But I don't think that this is anything new for you. I think that this is your normal way of doing things. Like I said, of sifting through it, of getting it to the point where you're satisfied with it and other people are seeing that you've done it again, kind of a thing. Like, oh wow, look, you know, they took all the stuff that was kind of like chaotic possibly, and they put it all together and came out smelling like a rose. You know, it's like you make it happen, but you know, it's not always easy. But the people who are watching you say, you know, they kind of expect it from you because you always do it that way, even though like you could have a hard time doing it. But I feel like you're making that foundation. Like you always have that, you keep that foundation intact for your family. You know, you just want, you want everything to work out so that your family can have that firm foundation, but they could always also have fun and that atmosphere of love. All right, which is beautiful. Okay, so that's, let's see what else here. High Priestess. All right, so this is a card of really being connected to your higher self. So you have a deeper knowing about the process. You know, so you're always looking at the deeper understanding. All right, so you're not necessarily looking at the surface of what you have to do, what you have to physically get done, or you know what I mean, to accomplish this or that. You understand that all this work that gets done by you creates that connection, that easy, beautiful, loving atmosphere that people are enjoying it when they're around you. Okay. Sometimes I get this vision that like bring up this thing where I used to see it in somebody's office. It's like a little duck, and you know, the outside, the top of the surface of the water, the duck is just gliding along and it looks so effortless, and underneath the water his little feet are paddling 1,000,000 miles an hour. And that's sometimes spirit will give me that, and that's what they're giving me now. So it's kind of like that's you. On the surface it's all wonderful and calm, but underneath it's like, oh gosh, you know. So anyway, let's go on then and see what's the next thing we need to know for Aquarius, please. All right. Okay, let's see. There's a satisfaction here also, that you feel the satisfaction in yourself when you do this. Like I said, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's a satisfaction and knowing, but there's also a lot of a lot of this. That's funny. Sometimes I'm like, I channel and it's kind of like I'm a step ahead of the cards. It's funny. But yeah, a lot of maybe sleepless nights or thoughts going round and around where you're trying to figure things out. Okay, so you're trying to keep up with your image. And now, after I say that, I think there's a certain amount of, you know, we got the first card we got was freedom. Okay, so there's a certain amount of freedom that you're going to need. We got freedom, time to go, and it's okay to just be. All right, so this is just being. This is like taking some time out. So it's time to have some free time, basically, for yourself, Aquarius. Okay, yeah, or you're going to end up like this. Okay, so if you don't if you don't, and this is like something that really is going to irritate you to no end, because this is the opposite of what you work, what your like what your persona is, what you try to avoid. You try to avoid tower moments or having something unbalanced or something breaking apart. And so what this reading is telling you, that if you don't give yourself a timeout, you're going to end up with a tower moment, and you're not going to like it. You're going to like it a lot less than maybe taking the time out that maybe you have to force yourself to do, because it might go against the grain in some way. Okay, so even, let's just see before I start talking ahead. But my thought was, even if, you have to, oh, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, well, all right. Okay, the Empress, the Moon, 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's burden. Okay, all right. So we got burdens and conflicts and deception, possibly. All right, so this is saying, and also working with other people. So there's all these avenues that you have to consider, but the Empress is here. So in other words, trust your connection to your own higher self, because you're going to know all these other things. You already know how to handle all this stuff. So don't overburden yourself or have this conflict or deception. So if there's someone around you, I kind of get the feeling like if there's someone around you that is like making things harder for you, or just making waves, or you feel like you can't trust them 100%, to trust your intuition about that. Okay, because this could be someone that you are working on something with. All right, so just decide. Sometimes when I get this group of cards like this, it's just like this side note about being aware if there's something that smells like a rat, you know what I mean? So just be aware of that. That could be your tower, because it came right after the tower. So if you don't trust your gut and like check in with your intuition, you may not recognize some of this slight, it doesn't feel horrible, but it feels like you don't want it. I mean, you don't want it in your life. Somebody who may not be 100% on board, or maybe a little bit shifty or something. Okay, so let's see. For Aquarius, what else do you want to say? I'm going to make an attempt to not make these super long, so I could do more of these for you instead of, because my internet stinks and it takes me forever to upload long videos. So anywho, all right, so what's next for Aquarius? I'm hearing like create your own peace, like peace and quiet. So you need to do that. So in other words, consciously, and we have Page of Cups here. So consciously give yourself peace, create your own peace is what I heard. So whatever, and we all have to do that. It's like whatever's coming in, like take a look at it, and just sometimes you have to say no, or this isn't for me, or this doesn't feel right for me at this time. It's like you have to protect yourself. Okay, so we have a few cards here, and it's talking about the Emperor. So we just had the Empress with that other group of cards, and this is the Emperor. Also connected, also feeling into the energy. We have the Knight of Wands and 7 of Cups. So just feeling into the energy of the choices that are being presented to you. So some of you, it feels like you might be in a work situation where you have other people that work under you or something like that, who are bringing about questions or ideas or whatever. And you're just, they want recognition. They want to get ahead. They want all these things. So you need to check in with your own. It's the same idea as we got before. Check in with yourself in order to see if the decision is like true blue, or are they doing something? Page of Cups is like a young, it's like a young person. A page is like a, I always forget that word. I always think of entrepreneur, and it's not, it's an apprentice. That's what so someone who's like maybe works for you or something like that. Just always, look beyond the surface of what people are wanting or presenting to you to make sure that your choices are aligned with keeping you in a good place, like keeping your name, in good standing. This is kind of what I'm feeling. Because whatever you do, you want to be proud of that. Like I said at the beginning, you work things out for the good. Okay, so you don't want someone else coming along, giving you an idea that ends up dragging you through the mud or something like that. Okay, so just an awareness about that. I'm going to switch decks here. Okay, so what other advice from Spirit, or what do we need to know for Aquarius? Can you get some more detail on that? Okay. Six of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Exactly. Okay, so what they want you to know is that new communication is going to be coming in. Okay, but you're going to know by how you feel about what you are getting. You're going to also come out ahead and victorious. People are going to be, again, looking at you and supporting you in a positive way for what you've done. Again, so if you're in the middle of something, some choices or some interaction with someone else, in whatever way this is, could be work, partnership, not employment, but like being a partner in a business or something like that. Whatever it is, it could be anything for anyone. It's going to come out, you're going to come out okay about it. Okay, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. So this is nothing but good news. Okay, so you are going to make the right decisions, and you're going to come out again holding yourself in the same pride. I hate to say pride, because pride sometimes has a bad connotation, but you're going to come out feeling and looking like you usually do, in a good way, an upstanding way. This has to do with your honor, with your own character. That's what I want to say. Okay, so this is like keeping your character pure and honest. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, because that it is a positive outcome as long as you stay connected to your true character. Okay, Aquarius? Beautiful. All right, let's just we're going to get a Atlas Oracle card, and just to see. Oh my gosh. And I barely touched it and it flipped out. So we're going to go with this. It is number 46, Decision, Free Will, Judgment. That goes perfectly about this discernment, about this keeping connected to your own intuition and character. All right, so perfect. Whatever it is, it's going to turn out fine as long as you are careful enough, So Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Please like the video if any of it resonated with your situation or with you. That's something that's important to me. I'd appreciate it. And if you share, that's even better. All right, so thanks so much for being here. Till the next time, bye now.